Hey gentlemen, one of the things I talk about on this channel is how you can be yourself and still cultivate the skills you need to be successful. And one of those things that is very important is for you to command respect. So I was asked the question, how can somebody without a big personality or a loud voice actually command respect? This is a very good question because if you're like me, I am very much a quiet introvert. But I learned that this is something that you can cultivate still within what's normal for your personality. So today I'm going to talk about these habits that you can build, even you quiet guys like me, to command respect and go past that, actually own a room. So let's get at it. Hello gentlemen, I'm Rob Johnson and welcome to the Legacy Gentleman YouTube channel. Gentlemen, no matter what kind of pressure situation you get yourself into, it is very important that you first remain calm and never rush your movements when you're in a stressful situation. In fact, gentlemen, I remember when I was a junior naval officer on the USS Ingraham, and we were traveling near the Straits of Gibraltar, and there was just a whole bunch of sailboats just out in front of us. And you know what? This is a very stressful situation because especially when you're just in recreational boats and in warship, they tend to don't follow, the standard sea conventions. And so we needed to make sure our huge warship didn't hit anybody and we were able to navigate through safely. And for us to get through this situation, it was important that we actually were deliberate in our actions and moved the ships through unhurriedly and without hitting any of these ships. So me and the rest of the crew actually had to form a plan and execute it with confidence as we called the commanding officer to the bridge to just watch. But the calmness of the guy in charge, who at the time wasn't me, actually showed me how you handle these stressful situations and remain calm. And I learned a lot, and I've applied it to many other parts of my life. So man, when you're in a stressful situation, it is important that you don't overreact and that you incorporate smooth, calm, deliberate motions into your action. See, this shows that you're not scared, and then in general, that you will not buckle under pressure. So men, try to cultivate this into your life, and when you run into potential stressful situations, you will at least look like you're fine. All right, gentlemen, the next habit you need to develop is to keep good eye contact. Now, we all know that eye contact is important, and when you're talking to people, it is undoubtedly important that when you're in a conversation with someone and that you are looking to have a conflict with, that you understand how eye contact can actually move the situation. Gentlemen, as I just mentioned, I am a sailor, and honestly, I've gotten into my share of drunken bar fights. So let me just clarify this eye contact situation so that you're not taking something that could easily be de-escalated and escalated, or something that you're trying to de-escalate and you inadvertently escalate it. So it's important that you know how to use eye contact. So let me clarify this. If you're in a situation where you're trying to de-escalate, you still need to look that person in the eye and hold eye contact, but then you want to aim for about 3 to 5 seconds. And then you want to look to the left or the right, because that shows that you're not intimidated and honestly, you're just trying to de-escalate. It is important though that you don't look down, because that is actually showing submission, and it is a bad thing, especially if somebody is rearing to fight. But here's another thing that's equally bad if you're trying to de-escalate. That is if you hold eye contact and really never break it. See, anything more than 5 seconds, 10 seconds at a stretch, then you're in a staring match with that person. Now you're probably gonna end up fighting. So gentlemen, that's why it's important for you to first understand what you're trying to do, and then understand what the proper length of eye contact will actually show. You don't wanna show weakness by looking down, but you also don't wanna hold eye contact too long, which will be starting to fight. So gentlemen, figure it out and do what you do. The next thing you want to cultivate is to underreact, and especially don't react to hostility. As I said before, sometimes people are just trying to intimidate and scare you, and not reacting is showing that you know you are stable. Gentlemen, look, you actually do need to use wisdom in this situation and sometimes understand if you're actually in danger, if you can actually win, and if this person is just, flexing. Either way, you first need to be able to protect yourself, which I have a video on that. Check that out. And you don't want to show them any fear. So gentlemen, part and parcel to you being able to react properly in these type of situations is your knowledge that you can protect yourself and your family in all situations. And brothers, you need to be able to protect yourself first because you can't protect anybody else if you can't. So if you haven't started yet, learn to fight right now. All right, gentlemen, the next habit I want you to do is to broadcast to your audience. And look, what that means is that you physically and through your gestures and through the cadence of your speech are big enough to reach your audience. See, look, these first few habits were about not overreacting, but this habit is about reacting to the level that meets your audience where you are and actually shows that you have command of yourself and of the situation that you're in. Gentlemen, the next way to command respect is by word choice. Look, this does mean that partially you're going to have an expansive vocabulary. But even without a big vocabulary, you can still be more careful with the words you use to ensure you are showing conviction when you speak. Here's an easy example when you're talking about the future. Instead of using the words I hope or I want, you can say I will. Staying with speech and showing conviction. One of the ways you can command respect is by your tone. See, often people end sentences on an up note, and that makes it look like you are not confident in what you're saying or that you even have a question. And that's especially bad when you're not asking a question. What it ends up doing is make you look weak and that you are not confident in the things you're saying. And guys, if I'm being honest with you, this is one of those pet peeve things I have because sometimes women who are trying to prove a point end sentences on an up note and they're not asking a question. They're just trying to say, hey, I'm right. So gentlemen, don't do that. Make sure your tone fits what you're actually trying to say and don't end on an up note unless you have a question. All right, gentlemen, this was a quick discussion on how to command respect even if you're a quiet guy. And a lot of this involves how you should react and specifically how not to overreact when things happen. To actually build confidence, it's gonna take some focused effort to correct some of those bad habits that we have built. Once you do, you will absolutely have more confidence. So the most important thing for you to do is to remember that you're building. You're building for today, you're building for tomorrow, but you're building for the next 10 years. So do the work and believe in yourself. And to be honest, yes, you're gonna have setbacks if you're just starting this. You're gonna say, hey, I should be better in that situation or this situation that just happened. I should have spoke better. I should have made my point harder. But what you do is you take that and learn from it. See, there's a reason why you're on earth today. And that reason is because there's something tomorrow, 10 minutes from now, 50 years from now that is important for you to accomplish. See, God has a purpose for you, man, and you are here, and this is part of a longer journey. So I want to take this time to help you develop this command, respect, presence so that you will be able to accomplish those things. Yes, even if you're a quiet introvert, I am here to help you on that journey. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching this channel. And if you found something helpful and motivating, please like this video. But if you want more stuff like this, that's going to help make you legendary, subscribe to the channel. Hey, until next time, go be legendary.